Hi everyone, welcome back. This is going to be the final episode for this particular series where I play as all 8 of the characters. Unless it's a particularly long run, have to split it into 2 parts like I've done with some of the previous ones. We're going to be getting to play as the Gunslinger on this one. Let's get him selected. Costs 7 hegemony credits to play. But at this stage I really have nothing else to spend them on, so we'll get cracking straight on with it. Gunslinger is a very strong character. He's also a very difficult character to get unlocked as well. This is probably going to be one of the hardest things you actually get done in the game. We'll tell you a little bit about him and a bit about how you get him unlocked, and hopefully show you why he's such a good choice. So yeah, first things first, I mean, looks a little bit like Clint Eastwood in the old Man with No Name type stuff. He just starts off with the one gun, the slinger, so called because he slings it at people when it's out of ammo. He does keep it, it's not throwing the gun away, and that deals a stun blow to the opponents as well. I think it's a 7-shot magazine, followed by the potential to stun an enemy, meaning you can reload while they're not firing back at you, which is good, and it fires very quickly as well. And then his passive item is the Lich's Eye bullets, which it doesn't actually say specifically what they do in the description. There's one criticism of this game is the explanations don't always offer a very clear explanation, but essentially they give you synergies for any weapon that you pick up. So that is a big bonus, and it does mean that some weapons that ordinarily aren't particularly good can become pretty strong in the Gunslinger's hands. So that's how he's set up. Let's get on and use him. Yeah, as you can see, it does fire quite fast. And we've got a stun in on the red shotgun kin there, which just gave us a little bit of breathing space. So, like I say, always handy. Making short work of them. Let's try and get that barrel. That's definitely a target to acquire, and that one as well. Just easier if something else blows up your enemies rather than you having to shoot them yourself, isn't it? And we've got a chest straight away. We'll see. We'll come back to it. Need to use a key to open it. If it was a freebie, I'd be in there like a rat up a drain pipe. Oh, that was really silly. Can't believe I didn't roll into it. Oops. Maybe I should just restart this run. No, it's going to be a waste of the hegemony credits, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's probably the only real downside to the character, is that you do need to pay to play. But as I say, you'll be almost certainly a long way through the game before you do get this character unlocked. Does necessitate a pretty decent skill level and a lot of progression within the game, up to the point of being able to unlock him. So by that point, hopefully you've already bought all the items that you're going to need the hegemony credits for, and after that point they cease to be of any real value at all. So yeah, how do you unlock him? Busy telling you just sort of how ominous and scary and a big a deal it is. And it is hard, so what you need to do, getting a little bit distracted by still having enemies coming after me, what you need to do is, firstly you need to paradox unlocked. I would have explained how to do that in the previous video in this series, or the part 1 video at least. There's some health back, because despite Paradox being a halfway decent character, I died early doors using him. And then started a second run, which extended the overall video past the one you get on Share Factory, and had to do a part 2. We did quite a bit better on the second run, thankfully. So far I haven't really covered myself in glory in this series, particularly not as the robot. That was bad, and a bit with the hunter that I edited out because he was so piss poor, and editing it out kept that down to a single video rather than part 1 and part 2. Okie dokie. So yeah, you have to have Paradox unlocked, which in itself isn't very easy, but once you have got Paradox unlocked, you need to play as the Paradox, and you need to, if I'm remembering this right, I did look this up earlier today just to make absolutely sure my understanding was correct. There's a fuse on that, so I'm going to open it and hope it's a good one. Oh, and it is. Armor's always welcome, and then double vision is extremely welcome. It's a rechargeable active item that gives you double damage while it's active, and that can really help you tear through bosses, potentially break the damage cap attached to them as well. So, yes, you have to beat the game as Paradox, and then you also need to, if I've got this right, go to Bullet Hell and beat the Lich as Paradox. Bullet Hell is far from a straightforward floor to do, and the Lich fight is far from a straightforward fight as well. It's a 3-part one, in fact. So it's a tall order. What then happens is, if you do manage to beat Bullet Hell, oh, there's a secret room over there. I will open that up before I forget its whereabouts. So we've got a key and recovered the blank. That's a pretty good return, I think. We'll hang on a little bit before we open that chest. Properly distracting myself there with the secret room, oh, for God's sake. So much for getting the armour. So yeah, you beat the Lich, a 3-phase fight. What then happens is that the game will immediately start a new run. If you're not forewarned by the likes of this video or using the wiki, that'll definitely catch you by surprise. You'll be wondering why are you back at floor 1? But you will. You may think at that point you've unlocked the Gunslinger because you're playing as them. You're not. You get a single shot or a single run at beating the game as the Gunslinger. It's got to be done back to back with the Lich win as the Paradox. So you will definitely need a lot of time to do it. You've got to do 2 long runs back to back, minimum 6 floor runs back to back. So you're probably looking at 2 to 2.5 hours for that. You can save and come back to them, and you might be well advised to do what's called save scumming. If you don't know how to do that, you can transfer your save data from the PlayStation onto a USB stick, and then once you've used the save data on the PlayStation, which you can only use once, you can then return to it by bringing the data back from your USB stick and overwriting what's on the PlayStation. And it's a slightly long-winded process, but it does the job, and I have abused that a few times myself, trying to unlock various things within this game. Challenge mode, I think I used it on, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Challenge mode, very, very hard work. So yeah, then when you're then going through your run as the Gunslinger, you then need to collect the bullet that can kill the past. I forgot that once when I was trying it, and you can't go back to get it if you reach the aimless void. So that scuppered one set of effort, wasted an awful lot of time. But you then need to, rather than enter Bullet Hell in the usual fashion, you would need to use the gun that can kill the past with the Gunslinger, and it will then take him to Bullet Hell, go all the way through Bullet Hell and reach the Lich battle, and instead of having the usual 3-phase Lich fight, you get a 1-phase Lich fight. But there are 2 of them. There's the regular one and the glitched one, which is a bit stronger and fires off jammed rounds, like it wasn't a hard enough fight already. If you beat both of them, you will then have permanently unlocked the Gunslinger. Like I say, it is a pretty big ask. I think rather than head into the oubliette here, I think I'm going to open that. We've got 2 blue chests to open, so we'll see what we get out of those. Hopefully get some good synergies. Okay, glass cannon is powerful as long as you avoid getting hit, and it's got a synergy. I don't think it will tell you specifically what the synergy is, because it hasn't been brought about by virtue of picking up another weapon, whereas usually it's 2 items work in combination. And the Gunslinger doesn't have to have both items necessarily. It will just get the benefit of it. Don't know what that is. I still don't know what that is. improves the contents of broken chests, so probably means if we do have to destroy them, we'll get something better than junk out of them, although junk has its uses. So just got the 2 weapons here. I'm going to use the glass cannon and the double vision as long as I can, hopefully make some decent inroads into the boss, and avoid getting hit because you'll lose all the ammo out of the glass cannon. It's a very slow firing weapon, is another one of its drawbacks, so it'll stay in cover for as long as we can get away with. There we are, 4 shots to off him. I mean they're slow shots but delivering the goods nonetheless. So we've got a master round, extra health, the crutch, which I think improves accuracy. I almost certainly do need it. Let me just double check that does improve accuracy. Adds aim assist of a sort. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly what that means, as is so often the case with the explanations offered in the Ammonomicon. It tells you half a story rather than the full story. Right, so we've got 1 key. Might well be able to buy another key and go to the oubliette. There it is. What else have we got? Jar of bees. No, that's an active item. I'm keeping the double vision ahead of that. So yeah, let's buy the key and go to the oubliette. Why not? Oh, we'll look for secret rooms first as well, of course. Forgetting the sensible practice. Actually, why am I looking for secret rooms? We've already found it by accident. Let's just go to the oubliette. Okay, there we are. Down the hatch. So rather than trying to use the glass cannon as a room clearer, it's definitely best used for bosses or particularly big enemies anyway, and run the risk of losing all its ammo. We'll just rely on the starter pistol for a while because it is pretty decent. Okay, what's left here? Let's hopefully get the mushroom before he looses some shots off towards us, because don't want that happening in a room with limited space to manoeuvre into. So much for trying to preserve the ammo. We'd have been able to get it straight back even if we'd taken a hit. Oh, a trap room with... Oh, there is an alternative route. Let's try avoiding the traps. Just... It seems a shame to waste a bit of armour just getting hit by a trap room that we might be able to avoid. Equally try to avoid getting a sneaky hit off the Pupulon there. Yeah, cornered a little bit there. The stun effect was a good save on that little reload there. Gave us a little bit of breathing space. Okay, oh, we haven't got any keys, so that's not really an option at the minute. The health isn't useful to us at the minute either. Brown chest is of questionable benefit, so we'll leave that for the time being. You never know though. I mean, brown chests get a bit of a bad rep because they can often do nice things like refund you a key on opening, or give you a little bit of extra cash or health or armour and things like that, as well as whatever item is in them. So yeah, while the quality of the contents isn't great, they can still be good to you, and they can be rainbow chests in disguise. I think I've seen once. Ordinarily it's hard to tell, but if you are playing in rainbow mode, then Bowler usually sits on top of the regular chests to stop you accessing them, or just to remind you that it's rainbow mode. But if he's not actually sitting on it, but he's just sitting off to one side, then it means it's a natural rainbow chest, where you hope to God you've got a key to open it. I mean, it sort of makes you wonder how many that you will have passed by unwittingly outside of rainbow mode and destroyed or ignored or done whatever. Probably not all that many, considering they are extremely rare items, but you know, there's that nagging possibility that you've missed a rainbow chest and 8 tasty items to come out of it as well. Doesn't really bear too much thinking about. Oops, I'm not 100% sure what hit me there. What's unarguable is that I got hit. Okay, has that opened up a secret room? It has. A bit of a useful byproduct. More health that we can't use, but at least we can rely on it, and a chest that we don't have a key for. So yeah, goading us a little bit with the secret room there, but it's, at least it's revealed itself. Oh, straight up to the boss. So nonetheless, explore around a bit. Hopefully we'll get a key drop. We can make use of some of the things that have appeared. So are they all green chests? 3 green chests and a brown one as well. Right, so ideally we're looking for 4 key drops, which is obviously not going to happen. But yeah, you know, I was going to say stranger things have happened. They probably haven't. Although I had one of the earlier videos in this series, we had I think 6 keys unlocked on the first floor, which is just an uncommonly high number. That particular run probably got like 12 or 15 throughout the course of the run, and unfortunately died before we got to actually stick them in chests. So that was, on the one hand, looking like a really good run, but unfortunately the user error of me being in charge of the character let it all down a little bit, so the keys all went to waste. Please shoot that shotgun before it does any more damage. Oh! This little last minute revenge attack. That's so annoying. Right. Actually, this room is a really annoying one, especially if you come in the corner that I'm now stuck in, because it's really easy to get cornered in there. Mostly by the green shotgunkins rather than these things, but there's several waves, and yeah, it's very easy to get cornered there, like I just did. So we have at least got the surplus health to get back at least. And what we've got, battery bullets. Yeah, I mean I like a bullet modifier, and this I do also like a key. There's the other side of that trap room, proving we really didn't need to go across it at all, though it was just a longer way to lose the health instead. Let's have the modifier and the key, and forget all notion of being able to buy the Nord key for the rat fight. After all, this is not the quest for the finished gun series. Oh god, we need a key for the old crest as well. Right, okay, well I'm not desperate to go to the Abbey. So, we've just got 1 key. Right, what chest are we going to pick? We'll have the one out of the secret room, I think. And hope for the best. Is that the wooden beam? Yeah, oh good, it's given us curse, and it's not a weapon I find useful. I mean, it's got a wide effective area, but I don't find it that useful. And I didn't particularly want any additional curse. Right. Rather than destroying the crates that are left, chests that are left, try the boss fight and see if we get a key drop. If not, then I guess it's back to the old chest destruction. Let's get this bad boy charged up and go in and see the Blobby Lords. Get the double vision working on it as well, hopefully. And avoid getting hit as long as possible. Quite a good tactic with this weapon is to change away from it when there is a danger that you might be hit, which, as if to prove my point, just happened. Oh, there's the battery bullets having a good impact as well. So yeah, that way if you do get hit you don't lose all the ammo out of it. Oh, 2 hits. I mean, thankfully you don't need to get flawless victories against the secret floor bosses. I mean, all flawless victories are useful, but you don't get a reward for it. Thought I got a last minute hit there as well. Thankfully didn't. So what do we have? Back to full health. That's some sort of flame based weapon. Flame hand with a synergy, obviously with a synergy. And let's top up the glass cannon, not that it's particularly empty. No keys, right, chest destruction, here we come. See exactly how good the contents are going to be, since we were told that there's going to be improved outcomes. Blank's not a bad outcome, to be fair. And since we have already found a secret room, there doesn't really seem to be much point looking for a second one. It's quite unlikely there would be a second one. So we can take the 3 blanks down to the next floor. Now I don't know if that's a bonus or we've just got the 5% chance of actually unlocking the weapon. The t-shirt cannon, I think it's a pox cannon that I like a little bit better. Very, very similar, but rather than just firing t-shirts, it fires infected t-shirts. This definitely needs a key, doesn't it? And we definitely don't have any more keys available to us. We'll never know. Also can't pick up the old crest just to use as a bit of armour either, so no keys available. So I suppose little choice but to go to the second floor. We could just loiter around here forever, but I really can't see the point of that. So yeah, hopefully the Gunslinger is showing why he's a good character to play as. Certainly it does make life a lot easier for, if you get in rainbow mode and get a tasty item with the Gunslinger. Black Hole Gun in particular is absolutely amazing with the Gunslinger. It makes the whole game a bit of a procession, so long as you can preserve the ammo in it. Ooh, yes, I forgot the synergy attached to this is that the last shot out of the magazine is not just a t-shirt but the wardrobe that it came out of, which does pretty big damage as I recall. Not big enough to kill that, but I suspect its days are now numbered. Yes they are. Is there anything left alive? Have I not got any cash out of that room? That's impolite in the extreme. Yeah, I wonder whoever came up with the notion of a t-shirt cannon in the first place. I think I've only ever seen them being used at a gig once, which I'm embarrassed to admit was Nickelback. I didn't go to see Nickelback specifically, they were in support of Bon Jovi. I don't know if that makes the story any better really, but okay, we've got what must be Fusilier coming up. I will try to zap him quickly with the glass cannon. And avoid taking a hit. Hopefully avoid taking a hit. Yes, it was quite close. But yeah, 3 shots to get rid of him, that's pretty good going. So yeah, Nickelback in support of Bon Jovi. Judge away, I suppose. I may deserve it. And yeah, let's refill that. What have we got in here? Oh, a key, see, I said earlier, and sling, which, again, whatever synergies are attached to that, the Gunslinger gets. And yeah, Nickelback, they actually did impress me quite a bit, I must admit. I didn't expect it. I mean, I don't hate them, but I wouldn't rate them particularly highly either, although they did put on a decent live show. And they came out with these t-shirt cannons, were firing them into the audience. They've got really quite a good range on these things. It's surprising, taking a bullet straight to the face there. Never mind. And yeah, these things were sort of firing 30-40 rows back into the stadium crowds at Coventry's Ricoh Stadium that I saw them. And while it was going on, there was instrumental versions of Pantera's Cowboys from Hell and Metallica's Seek and Destroy being played over the PA, and I just thought it was sort of a backing tape. I was like, this is quite impressive for, you know, what's a fairly lightweight rock band in the shape of Nickelback, sort of knocking out these thrash metal classics. It took me a little while to realise they were actually playing them, which is why they're instrumental versions rather than it being a backing tape. So just for that reason alone, I was actually quite impressed with their abilities. Why am I shooting? Let's just say I'm shooting the chest to prove it wasn't a mimic and not as an attempt to destroy it, although that would have come dangerously close. Haven't got the old crest to pop down on the altar because it was locked away on the last level, and also because we've been hit. So I'd forgotten we picked up a map, so there's a secret room coming off this next one. So yeah, anyway, yeah, the t-shirt cannons, that's the one time I've actually seen them in a live setting, was Nickelback's PR stuff, flinging them sort of 20 metres back into the crowd. But yeah, it's a strange thing to invent. What do we use? I used the wood beam. Does that reveal cracks in the wall? It hasn't. What about the sling? May not necessarily be off this room, maybe off the one to the left of it. It may all be immaterial based on the number of keys we get. Where is it? How weird. Oh, that... frustrating. I mean, it must be one of these two rooms. Well, I suppose there's an outside possibility that there's a doorway just about here. Okay, well that gives 3 potential rooms to let blanks off in and try and reveal that secret room, even with a map, which I don't think would be a terribly effective use of resources, really. So we'll hold off for now. Firing a slingshot straight at a log was not a good use of resources either, nor was being shot by a bullet kid. What am I going to refill? Everything's fairly well topped up, isn't it? I can't be bothered refilling that. Let's refill the sling. Why not? We've got a shrine over here. Glass grunstones, we'll take them. It's probably the most common shrine you'll see in the game. Right, we've stayed down here for the time being because we've got a shelter from those bloody bullets. Most of those bullets. There we are, finally got it. Oh, let's not forget those bullets are still there to be dealt with. Yeah. Have I been targeted, do you think? Oh, Keekin. Hopefully get that. Yes. Since we are short of keys, any freebies are most welcome. Okay, the bullets are still there, don't get caught out. Oh, yeah. Right, where are you hiding? And why aren't you burnt to death, since you seem to be hiding in fire? Well, let's have the key. So, yeah, if we can ever figure out where that entrance to the secret room is, then we might be able to open that chest. Toodle Pip buff guy. Right, yeah. The green fire seems to do more damage than red fire. That's the entrance to the boss there. Let's get the teleport opened up, if nothing else. Yeah, probably the worst thing about the weapon we've got going on here at the minute is that it's... having set everything else on fire, I want to get caught in fire myself. Take it to a two-step process. There we go. Yeah, the ammo runs out on it quite quickly, unfortunately. Right, well we know where this chest is, so let's open it up. That's an amulet, that will do something. Poison enemy when we use blanks. There's a fair chance we are going to be using blanks in a boss fight. Yeah, for goodness sake. Annoyingly, the auto aim kept fixed on the first enemy. I wanted to shoot both the ones in that room. Again, getting some weird quirks on the auto aim there that were steering shots into the wall rather than towards an enemy that I actually had line of sight on. Appears to be fireproof at least. That's possibly one of the synergy aspects that weapon's given the Gunslinger. Oh, bum! Right, okay, yeah, let's refill that weapon and partially refill everything else as well. We've got a secondary character in the shop here as well. It's the key dude. Probably shouldn't have used that key earlier. Oh man, that's a bit disappointing, because the AK-47 will get us into every chest going. Yeah, and we've only got, well, we've got the funds to buy 2 keys, there's only 1 on sale. Bit disappointing. So, it's not impossible to get a key drop out of the boss fight. So that's going to be the tactic here, is hold off making a purchase, in the hope that we do get another key and can buy the AK-47, which I think will curse us a bit, but allow us to open every lock from now on and stop worrying about collecting keys. Okay, what do we got? The sling does double damage against bosses, so I'll use that as the backup to the glass cannon. Apparently does even more damage if you manage to get it off the wall, which when you're fighting the wallmonger on the 4th floor is quite easy to do, because it's got that double damage activated. Like that. One drawback to this weapon is that it's not necessarily going to deal with the wire. Oh, this is a slow firing one as well. That's not absolutely ideal. Can't keep pondering forever. Yeah. Oh, what is happening here with the auto aim? It's oh, poo! What? Oh, I've gone back to the sling. That's why it's not firing off at the rate I wanted it to. Yeah, file video under how not to. We did get keys, and we did beat it. It's not all bad. I mean, it was a pretty poor display. I think that's an active item. Oh no. Okay, so the hazmat suit, I think, makes us basically invulnerable to most environmental hazards, although we did seem to have poison immunity already. So yeah, immune to fire, poison and electricity, which I will probably forget I've got and still sort of cower away from environmental hazards, even though I don't need to. Right, let's go get the AK-47. Did nearly have enough for the Nord key in the end, but not to worry. The AK-47 will not open that particular lock, unfortunately, but it'll open everything else. And I've got a synergy of some kind as well. Because as well as being effectively a skeleton key, it is also a weapon as well. Infinite ammo weapon. So I think you have to have it in your hand to open chests. I'll just try swapping over, because this chest would require a key and we don't have any left. So it says no, but if you go back to it with the AK-47, it's opened, and that's the origami, I think, with the map-based synergy attached to it now. Right. There must be a way into that bloody secret room, so I'm going to go looking for the crack in the wall. I mean, there's a possibility that it's on this side wall as well. Actually, no, not that side wall. I'm not in the room I thought I was in. So yeah, it could be somewhere along the side here. Is that the crack developing there? Yes, that took a while to show up. Right. Come here, you. And swap back to the AK-47 so we can open it up. Ooh, like the Commando. That'd have been a good one to have before going into the Beholster fight. But we didn't have the keys to get the AK-47 until after the Beholster fight. But yeah, that does some nice damage. Right, okay, so we've done secret rooms, we've done all the chests. Presumably there wasn't anything left worth purchasing. Go with the magic lamp. And ammo belt. That ammo belt obviously increases ammo capacity for stuff. Decisions. I can't get them both, can I? Don't know if the ammo belt gives enough of an ammo increase to make it worth having. It's nowhere near as good as the Ancient Heroes bandana. I don't know how much that costs to buy. On the rare occasion you might have a chance to purchase it rather than get it out of a rainbow chest in rainbow mode. Dithery. Let's get another weapon. Why not? They're fun, and I like the magic lamp. Yeah, if you land 3 shots onto an enemy with the magic lamp, a genie comes out and gives you a good twatting. It's the technical term, I think. What extra the Gunslinger does with it, I'm not sure. Maybe you get away with... Oh, I think it fires more than one projectile at a time, so you could hit several things with it. It's most effective against big enemies, because you've got to land 3 shots on enemies anyway. Let's just try giving it a bit of a use here. Yeah, so you can see there's a little icon above the enemies that it's hitting to show how many times they have been hit. So there's the 3rd one, so that'll get destroyed. Probably not the most worthwhile way to get rid of a deck, since they're pretty easy to hit anyway. Definitely. What was I saying about not using it on smaller enemies? Okay, let's use something a little bit more sensible than that. Let's use the flame hand again, even though it has cocked us up with weird aiming things. Managed to get both green and red fire there. Maybe there was some oil on the floor that I set alight or something like that, which would have been the orange fire. Okie dokie. More debts. Might be enough to take them out of the picture. It is. There must still be something else in the room. There is. So, go on. Yeah, that last shot was wasted effectively, but full use of these tables. And the damage over time doing the work for us there. Yeah, it's probably the skull enemies I want to be focusing on here before they actually launch skulls of their own. Which you can steer into walls if you got your wits about you. It's not to say that I ever have, but that's the idea, and roll into that. And no poison, ha! Thank you, hazmat suit, or some other synergy that we already had, whatever that was. Is that going to be enough to take him out? I think they stay permanently aflame when they're in the green fire. Another key, not that it's really required anymore. You never know, we might encounter the key salesman again, so there's still some point to getting them. No point to taking silly hits like that, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the sort of room I don't like, where your movement is restricted by the setup of the room. So having flight would be quite a good way out of this little predicament. I'm pretty sure we don't have that. I'm not about to throw myself in the drink to find out. Okay, where's the A key? In fact, because that's infinite ammo, I might rely on that a little bit as well. So what have we got here? The gift of flight. Well, well, well. Yeah. Woo! That's just something that happens with that particular item. That's not a synergy for the gunslinger. So I mean, that's not a weapon, is it? That's just a passive item. Yeah. And it has a weapon effect when you dodge roll rather than shoot. It does actually fire off some bullets as well. So luckily it's one of those things that just happens without you having to actually think about doing it, because as I've demonstrated over and over and over in these videos, I keep forgetting about things that would be good to remember. Okay, let's just annoy them by flying across the lava, because I remembered I could do it again. Divide and conquer, or divide and plough into tables. Some extra health as well, very welcome. So yeah, the AK-47 is not bad as a weapon in itself. And anything with infinite ammo is a good thing to have as well. The Gunther is particularly good for being infinite ammo, and also a pretty decent weapon as well, especially once it's been leveled up to its third phase. If you haven't seen the Gunther, it's a weapon that talks to you, and it's quite abusive in the beginning, so it calls you a rookie or a noob or things along those lines, and gradually gets more and more impressed with you. How you doing? So Mach 10. The expletives never end. It is a very high rate of fire from recollection. Use it a little bit. We've got a safe room up here. Don't think we're likely to. We're not going to be able to afford the amulet. Might be able to afford the huntsman, which would give curse. The table tech blanks would probably be more useful. I don't know if they're necessarily worth the 63. Don't think I've got anything that would facilitate stealing. Yeah, that's one of the trophies in the game that I found hardest to get, was the trophy for stealing 10 things. I think it's called Woodsy Lord, which I believe is a reference to the game Thief. Which I have got but I've never played. probably at some point going to do a Let's Play series of some kind. I haven't decided expressly what game to do that with. Possibly Prey, which is... confusingly, there's two games with the same name. One's quite old, and I played that on the Xbox 360 and quite liked it. And then the second one, which is a reboot of the same game, essentially the same premise, but a different game and an updated take on it, or something along those lines. So yeah, hopefully I will enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the predecessor. I suppose we ought to have a crack at this. How much do you want? Yeah, we've got that much just. So, and our bullet modifiers apply to the bullets we'll be firing out of this prize pistol. I think it might be slightly easier to try and reach the ones at the back, because they don't have that little moving block in the way. Although, saying that angle's never going to work, is it? Which means we're going to have to ricochet off the green bricks, leaving gaps to get the ones at the back. So there is a distinct possibility of not hitting a damn thing on this particular run. Especially doing that. Let's try going for the one at the back, which is possibly now slightly easier. Yeah, I got one at least. Hurrah, we'll get something out of it. Just about. And again, we'll try for the one at the back. This is another really difficult trophy, is getting... Oh god, what was that? Getting all 4 shots. Almost cool. What do we get? A green chest. And I don't recognise that. Cold 45. Okay, we'll have it, whatever. It's a green chest weapon for 35 is not really a bad outlay, although it's frustrating in that we could potentially have had so much more. Well, that's an interesting synergy there, with some like woolly mammoth coming out or something. Oh, is it an abominable snowman? Didn't expect that. Yeah, you really have to do your homework if you want to know this game inside out. And while I like to think I've got a pretty good handle on most things, I don't recognise absolutely all the weapons by sight. I don't know what synergies you're going to get with the Gunslinger. I just know you get them. So they're always a pleasant surprise for me when you do get them. There we are. Now what's going to be the way round to the shop? I mean, to be honest, I haven't really got enough to buy anything out of the shop just yet. And it must be that way. Why am I dodge rolling over? I can fly! See, I can fly. Unlike R. Kelly, who only believes he can fly. I can fly, just not faster than bullets, unfortunately. But yeah, I've expressed my dislike for those googly eye things before. 3 of the bastards as well. If you happen to shoot them when their eyes are closed, then you're just on a bit of a hide into nothing. Right, what do you have for 21? What do you mean nothing? How dare you? I don't want keys. Yes, we can afford absolutely nothing. Just open that door, even though the teleport's active. And that's the whole level done. So off to the boss fight with no further pickups. Probably stick with this tactic of using the glass cannon at least for the first shot. And I'm going to change there because, yeah, she was bound to hit me. So she's getting a bit of a freezing effect going on with this weapon, which is stopping her firing stuff out, which is definitely a boon. Mostly stopping her shooting stuff out. Well, leave me alone with those sodding claymores. Oh dear, this is now looking a bit bad. Oh dear, hang my head in shame. In my defence, I don't like the Mind Flayer at all. I should have probably been picking better weaponry to go up against her. Never mind. Anyway, you get to see the Gunslinger, which was the intent of the video. So that's all 8 of the characters explored through this series. So thank you for watching it all, if indeed you have. And I suppose the next one will be a return to the quest for the finished gun. So I'll see you there in due course. Thank you. Bye.